Now we know that the estimate of number 92 rounded off to the nearest 10 is 90 and the number 76 rounded off to the nearest 10 is 80 and so on. This brings us to the next level of estimation, which is rounding the numbers off to the nearest 100. Let's say your favorite batsman is playing and he has made 275 runs in a test match inning. In this case, is he about to score a triple century or a double century? Yes, you did the right estimation. He's about to score his triple century, which means 300. Applying the same logic, let us consider number 415 as your score in a game. Here, it would be appropriate to say that you've just crossed the score of 400 points, and once your score crosses 450 points, you will be close to your next high score of 500 points. Let us understand what rounding off to the nearest 100 means. To understand this, there's only one thing we need to know, and that's multiples of 100. What are the multiples of 100? Yes, they are 100, 200, 300 and so on. So let's say we want to round off the number 223 to the nearest 100. At this point, we need to ask ourselves one simple question. This number lies between which two multiples of 100? Yes, it lies between 200 and 300. Let's consider a number line in this range. Now, if we observe this number line, we can see that the numbers ranging from 201 to 249 are closer to 200, and the numbers 251 to 299 are closer to 300. And the number 250 lies right in the center. But by convention, we assume it will be closer to 300. So this range from 250 to 299 is closer to 300. Now the number 223 lies somewhere here. So can you tell me if it's closer to 200 or 300? Exactly, it's closer to 200. Hence we can say that 223 rounded off to the nearest 100 is 200. There's another way in which we can understand this. We can also say that 200 is a good estimate of 223 after rounding it down to the nearest 100. Now that we know how to round off numbers to the nearest 100, let us now look at an example. Here it is. When we looked at 223, it had 3 digits and we rounded it off to 200. But this number has 4 digits. What do we do in this case? It's very easy. When we want to round off a number to the nearest 100, we just observe the number up to the hundreds place. We will look at only this part of the number. All we need to do is estimate 337 to the nearest 100. Let's see how it works. As we know, 337 lies between 300 and 400. And clearly, it is nearer to 300. Therefore, we will round it down to 300. And now we can say that 6,337 rounded off to the nearest 100 is 6,300. So all we did was took the number up to the hundreds place and rounded it off to the nearest 100. And the thousands digit was untouched. That's how we got 6,300 as our answer. We can try rounding off one more number to the nearest 100. Say 650. Why don't you give it a try? 650 is equidistant from 600 and 700. So what's the answer? Following the convention will land us with the right answer. It's 700. We can hence conclude that the correct estimate of 650 to the nearest 100 is 700. Likewise, we can keep estimating numbers further to the nearest 1000, 10,000 and so on. In the next lesson, we will look at examples of rounding off to the nearest 1000.